Gentlemen, Mr. Drew Brees.
There are significant moments in our lives that we remember, both tragedy and triumph. We remember exactly where we were and the emotions that we felt. We all remember where we were on 9/11 and the pain, shock, and anger that ensued. Many of us remember February 7th, 2010, when the Saints won Super Bowl 44. And the sheer elation which accompanied that moment. January 6th, 2011 was also one of those moments. I was riding on our team bus, having just arrived in Seattle to play the Seahawks in a wild card playoff game. I was sitting in the first row, as I always did, with assistant head coach Joe Vitt next to me and head coach Sean Payton directly across the aisle. I texted my wife Brittany to let her know that we had landed safely, and then noticed an email pop up from Steve Gleason. 3 minutes later, with tears rolling down my face, I looked at Joe Vitt in the seat next to me and choked. Steve Gleason has been diagnosed with ALS. We were both in a state of shock, numb to the core. Of all the people on this earth, Steve is the last person to ever deserve something like this. This is not fair. This is not fair. Steve was as blunt and raw and honest as he could be in that email, detailing his diagnosis, but also acknowledging that he was scared and frustrated. But at the end, Steve said, and I quote, "I promise to fight and believe and expect the extraordinary, and smile and laugh and cry and love our lives for every breath that remains in my body. Please, please help me do that until I'm 109. I'm betting on you, Steve. For the 13 years I've known Steve, if I were to sum up his attitude, his tenacity, his mantra, it would be, it's not a matter of if we will accomplish the goal, it's only when. It's not a matter of if he will block the punt, it's when. It's not a matter of if the Saints will win the Super Bowl, it's when. It's not a matter of if we will develop technology and innovation to improve the quality of life for ALS patients, it's when. It's not a matter of if we will create legislation to ensure better care for all those suffering from neuromuscular diseases, it's when. And it's not a matter of if we find a cure for ALS, it's when we find a cure for ALS. I mention these moments in our lives that we will always remember, both tragedy and triumph. It's either one or the other, but in very rare cases, there are those events that turn from tragedy into triumph. That is how I would describe the last 9 years since Steve's diagnosis. There is no person on earth with the strength, courage, passion, and tenacity to overcome all obstacles and make the lasting impact that Steve has made. Steve, you're an inspiration. You are a source of strength to so many, especially me. A true American hero. People have said today's my 41st birthday. It's my 41st birthday. It's my son Balin's 11th birthday. And quite honestly, there is no place we would rather be than here with you, right here, right now. And there is no person more deserving of this incredible honor, the Congressional Gold Medal, than you, Steve. God bless you. Michelle, Rivers, baby Gray at home, we love you so much. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as Dr. Barry Black, Chaplain of the United States Senate, delivers